Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuesser, where I play TimeGuesser daily challenges. If you're new to the channel or new to TimeGuesser, TimeGuesser is a game where you're shown 5 images and you have to select the location and the year the image was taken. If you want to play along, there's instructions in the description below. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've got some kind of riots by the looks of it. Is this a Mexican flag? Possibly. Can I see anything in the middle of the flag? Can't quite see it. It's just slightly folded, unfortunately. Stetson hats. So that's the big kind of cowboy hat, I believe, a Stetson. A bit like what John Wayne would wear. What police force have we got here? Does it say? They look like American police almost. Has he got grenades on his waist? They must be smoke bombs of some sort. So my first thought here would probably be like California, somewhere like that. We have Zoe Ave, is that? Could be Mexico, but we have walk and don't walk, which makes me think America again. Can't quite read this, a bit blurry up here unfortunately. Zoe Avenue. It looks like Zoe Ave. Although this kind of sign isn't quite what I would expect to see for an American street name. I'm pretty sure that is a Mexican flag. We've got news crews here. That looks like the center of the Mexican flag almost. But isn't the Mexican flag is like an eagle in the middle, I believe. We've got a car over here. Looks like maybe a Lincoln or something like that. Definitely an American car. It's not one I recognize straight away. I'm not really going to be able to pinpoint where this is. Looks like it says sportswear. Don't know why Stetson hats or Stetson hats would be in the sportswear shop, but we have a number here. That's probably the number of the property, I would think, which makes me think America, because they tend to go quite high on their street numbers, or the numbers of the buildings. They go into the thousands quite regularly because they have those long streets that go on for quite a while. I'm not sure if there's any famous riots in Los Angeles, possibly, of Mexicans fighting with the police. I'm not really sure. Any other clues on these guys' outfits? Not really. Can't see any like LAPD or anything. So I would say that we are probably in this area. Possibly Los Angeles, San Diego maybe. I think Los Angeles would be more likely to have riots, but I don't know what area. It's not likely to be Compton. I don't know which areas tend to have a more Hispanic population than other areas, but I think we'll have to just guess somewhere in the middle down here. I don't think we'd be up the Hollywood ways. That's too richer an area, I would think. Is there anywhere that jumps out of having a Spanish-sounding name? It's quite difficult because a lot of California, well, it used to be owned by the Spanish, this area anyway, and Los Angeles is a Spanish name. Yeah, I think we'll have to leave it in that area and hope it is. It could be San Diego, could be anywhere on the border possibly, but I would think riots are more common in Los Angeles than anywhere else in that area. The year, it's quite difficult to say. Americans tend to drive some beaten up old vehicles sometimes. This one doesn't look too old, maybe early 2000s. But this camera's quite large here. No one's holding a phone, so this is just a news crew, I think, as well. I don't see any phones. So that makes, we're at least probably pre-2005. This could be 90s, though. Hard to judge on the fashion here. We do have some white socks and trainers, which usually makes me think 90s. Although this guy looks like he's outfitted to play tennis. Again, we do have white socks and trainers here, so that could be a 90s thing. I think they did have LA riots, like the Rodney King riots were in the 90s, but this doesn't look like it would be the Rodney King riots. It could be, but I think the 90s is probably our best guess here. I'm not sure. I think we might go mid-90s. Any other clues on age? Guys with shirts off doesn't help me. And then the vests don't really help. This car would fit for the 90s. I think we'll go... I'm probably going to regret moving this, but we're going to go 97. It was 94, I do regret moving. I always do that. I change it right at the last second, and then it's that I was closer before I changed it. We were in Los Angeles, so police in riot gear throwing stun grenades to disperse football fans after an impromptu street celebration after Mexico won one tie with Italy in the World Cup. I did not think it would be a football-related riot in America, that's for sure. Next round. Okay, we've got the Google Maps car and a Google Maps tricycle by the looks of it. I'm looking at the number plate first. We have an L with yellow number plates. It's interesting. Is that a European sign or not? We have google.co.it there, so that would be an Italian URL, but this is not an Italian number plate unless they've got special number plates for the Google cars. Is this a... That's strange. The Italian number plate would be white with two blue strips on either side. Does that say IL? Or IT? Italy is just I, is it? I'm not sure on that one. That definitely looks like IT, unless it says LT for like Lithuania. That's an odd one, because I don't think Lithuania has yellow number plates. The only European number plates with yellow on the front would be Holland, but that's not a Dutch number plate. Unless that's just an L, because Luxembourg does, I believe, have yellow number plates as well. I don't know why. Maybe that's just an unrelated URL. It doesn't really look like Luxembourg though, because Luxembourg would be quite flat. This does look a lot more like Italy. Just looking at the background here, we have a very large fort here. Got some flags over there, but I really can't tell what they are. They're too blurred out, unfortunately. Have we got anywhere specific on this map here? I don't think it would be likely the location that we're at, unfortunately. It definitely says IT, so it must be. And we've just got every language here. But whether Google Street View team is based in Italy, I don't know. This has really got me confused here. That is not an Italian number plate. There's no way it's an Italian number plate. I know my modern European number plates quite well, and that is not. The countries with yellow number plates around the world would obviously be Holland, Luxembourg, Israel, and Colombia. Those are the ones that I'm sure of that are definitely yellow, front and back. A Dutch number plate is definitely not this, because Dutch number plates are two numbers, dash, two numbers, slash two, well, two characters. I don't know the mix of letters and numbers. This one, this does not Colombia, that's 100%. It's just the architecture is all wrong for Colombia. Is it possibly Israel? It's just bizarre, that IT is throwing me off, but it must be just where Google Street View is based. Or where their website is, the guys who do the mapping. Is there any, what's the word, Hebrew anywhere? Could that be IZ? Because that doesn't look like a European, the colour's slightly too dark for a European one. It might not even say the country on there because it doesn't look like a European one. I think the blue strip on a European number plate is slightly lighter. So is this Israel? I'm going to be miles off. If this is Italy, I'm going to kick myself so hard. This guy, hard to place where he's from. Is that back liver kind of food or something like that? This guy probably works for the Google team, so he could be from anywhere. Without a language here, if I could see some language written, I would jump into Israel immediately if it was. Can't really make that out either. Is this a famous place? It might be. These buildings could work for Israel, I suppose. It's dry, but it's got a bit of greenery in it. Is it ever Jerusalem? This building looks very old. So it could be. The green signs, we're driving on the right. I believe Israel drives on the right. A lot of white cars. Having lived in the Middle East before, white cars are quite common in the Middle East. They tend to be the most popular choice of colour. This is a hell of a shout if I think it is. I'm going to have a look around in the map and see if this jumps out to me as possibly being like Jerusalem or Tel Aviv or somewhere like that. Given the age of these buildings, I think Jerusalem's more likely though. I'm not missing any obvious text, am I? Just purely going off this yellowy orange number plate. It's the only place I can think that has that. Okay, let's go for it and let's see. Israel, where are you? I've lost where you are. You're down here. So are we Jerusalem? That's probably my first guess. What does it look like? Satellite view. See, we have greenery that's like this kind of thing. We do have some green. I know it's quite a dry place, but there is green areas. Does this have a wall? No, it doesn't look like it. I'm just looking for green areas on the map. Well, I'll look around. I won't bore you with this because it's going to take me some time. Okay, I've actually found a location I think lines up pretty well. I'm not sure though, but I've been looking for this wall and I think I've found that kind of wall. I'll show it on satellite view because it pops up. This wall runs along here quite a long way. All the way around here. It looks like it could be something like that. And this tower here looks like it's this thing, possibly. This is Mount Zion. So I think we could be here. Looking at the location I've put us around here because we're looking kind of across it from a slightly higher elevation. I think that's going to be a pretty decent guess if it is right. I'm not sure if it is right or not though. But it works, and these buildings do work for Israel, just looking at it more and more. The year, I would think, well, Israel has been in Google Street View for quite a long time. So it doesn't really help me. Tried to see if he's not wearing a smartwatch, doesn't really help. Has he got a phone mounted to his thing? I think that is a phone here, possibly mounted for directions. It looks fairly modern to me. This camera, it's hard to tell with this kind of camera. I think we're going to go... shall we go modern day? Don't know if they added any new footage recently in Israel. It doesn't look too... Could it be pre-COVID? Definitely could be. I'm just working... I know they have had Street View for a long time. So I might go 2018 and just hope that we're pre-COVID times. Let's go for it. Oh, it was even earlier, so it was. So I know they have had it for a long time. So we were pretty close on the location, only 147 meters off. We were over here. Makes sense. We were looking at the right place though, just got the angle slightly wrong. But still a good score. Okay, we have a car race. This language up here looks German. Can't really... I'll have to look through it a bit and see if it pops out at me as what it is. We do have German cars, obviously a Porsche or Porsche. It should be pronounced Porsche, but most English people say Porsche. We have a BMW. This looks like maybe a DTM race, something like that. That looks like very much a German eagle. Is it an eagle? I believe it is. And there's the German flag behind it. Although we have many flags. I'm not sure what track. Could it be Hockenheim? Doesn't look too small to be Hockenheim, but we also have this symbol, so that solidifies it should be German. Does that say Rhineland? I'm not sure. That says Rhine, but that could just be an advertisement of a beer or something maybe that comes from that area. I think this bit looks a bit familiar to me, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure good on my older circuits. Does that say Dortmunder maybe? Could we near Dortmund? There's a lot of text here to go through. Obviously, this is nearly all advertisements by the looks of it. Martini. Nothing that's given me an exact circuit here. But likely that this would be where the actual circuit name is. Casino advertisement up here. Is that Jägermeister? No, it's not. It just looked like the text for Jägermeister. Just hoping there's somewhere that would say the actual circuit. No. Is this a little map of an area? I'm not sure what that is. So we're going to Germany. Could we be near Dortmund? That's what my initial guess, just based off that. Whether that's another advertising board, it could quite easily be one. I think that area of Germany, it's not the Nürburgring, is it? It doesn't look like the Nürburgring or the Nordschleife. It doesn't look like a track they use for any modern F1 or anything like that. Although, given the age of it, this could be demolished and reused. But then Hockenheim, I don't even know actually where Hockenheim is. I know it's in Germany, but I don't know. I'll have a little look around Dortmund, see if I find any racing circuits. They might pop out on the satellite view. Probably not going to though. I'll give it a go. Okay, I can't find anything. It's too difficult, too big a place. But I'm going to leave it in Dortmund and just hope that we're in that general area. There's a lot of cities in this area, so it could be well within that area. So I'm just hoping that we're not too far away. Now the year, I'm looking at the clothes. We've got a lot of flared jeans. That makes me think 70s. I'm not sure on the model of Porsches, but Porsche's pretty much kept its shape for the last 30, 40 years. Well, 50, 60 years probably. This BMW looks old, but again with... Oh, that does say Jägermeister, I believe. But yeah, the shape of them, this narrower front grille, could be 70s for sure. This... It's hard to tell off racing cars because they're so heavily modified, but this looks quite old and old. Is that a Mercedes truck? And the number of flared trousers makes me think 70s. This fashion definitely does as well. I would probably put it towards later 70s maybe. I think we'll go 77. Let's hope we're not too far off. Let's go for it. 73. It was earlier 70s and we were nowhere near Dortmund. Oh, it was the Nürburgring. Oh, God. They must have changed this grandstand because this is not what it looks like these days, I don't believe. Okay. 6-hour Nürburgring endurance race. I wouldn't have probably been able to find the Nürburgring, but as it's in the middle of the forest by the looks of it, well, yeah, the Nordschleife is. I probably wouldn't have gone there. I may be able to find it from looking for that, but never mind. Still a decent score. Okay. Lipponen. Atolla. Let's have a look around and see what other text we can see. Hami. Instrom. With the dots over the O's, so it looks a bit Scandinavian. Is it Finland again? Possibly. Hard to say. We've got a flood of some kind, is it? I don't know, it's just raining a lot. Bruns Cafe, maybe? Got double A's here, that's quite common in Finnish. Do they use the dotted O in Finland? I think they do. Let's have a quick look at the map. There's a double A. Yes, they use the dotted O, so my guess would be Helsinki. Not really any other clues, just going off the language really. Can't read these over to the side, unfortunately. Lipponen, I have no idea. It looks pretty central to a fairly big city here. Just hoping I'm not misidentifying it. It could be Norway, it could be Sweden. I don't know where there'd be a more modern, well, it's not modern, but 60s-ish building, 50s, 60s building in the center of Helsinki. I don't really know. All the buildings around here look pretty old. See, this is the double A's I'm talking about. They pop up quite a lot. Yeah, well, I'm not going to pinpoint it. I'll leave it over here, maybe. The year. That's a Mini. Pretty old Mini. I think we're 60s more than likely. Do I see any flared trousers? Not really. This looks like a possible 60s outfit. Yeah, I'm gonna go 66. Let's hope we are in Finland. 67, and yes, we were in Finland. I always worry with Finnish, but yeah, the double A's seem to be pretty common, so that's a tip for you. If you see that, go Finland. We're only 805 meters away. We're over here. Does this building even exist anymore? Yeah, this shape would make sense. We're in this kind of area down here. I think we're looking this way, probably. Or maybe we're looking down here. Yeah, this might be this. Just looked a bit older from above, really, but they've got these like copper roofs on them, so it's hard to tell when you've got roofs like that. Okay, this is the last round. Yes, it is. Okay. Looks like America. Is it Vegas or somewhere like that, maybe? Just the ostentatiousness of the statues around. Don't know if there's a Ferris wheel in Vegas, though. I don't ever remember seeing one, but I haven't been there since 2003, maybe. What's over here? Really don't know. This is an odd one. Yeah, we've got this cowboy in the background. It's a very weird statue of a cowboy. Is there a Ferris wheel in Vegas? Looks warm enough. Everyone's outside at night time. Most people are wearing t-shirts. There's some wearing hoodies, but it can get pretty chilly on an evening in Vegas. Looks like we might be COVID era. We've got face masks here. And another one over here. So I think we're going to go 2021 on the date. Really not sure where this would be. I can't think of anywhere other than Vegas that would have this. This reminds me very much like Caesar's Palace kind of thing. But we could just be in a theme park somewhere. This guy down here has got a haul of toys that he's won for his daughter by the look of it. He's quite happy with himself. So is it just some kind of fair, or is it Florida? This tree doesn't really look right for Florida. We'd expect more palm trees. Vegas, hard to tell because they plant stuff and feed them a lot of water to keep them living. Don't know what this thing is supposed to be. Just don't think anywhere else would have this kind of thing other than Vegas. I wish I could see what this is over here. Some kind of show going on, maybe? Could it be like Disney in California, maybe? Doesn't strike me as a Disney park, though. I think Las Vegas is probably going to be our best guess here. It could be a million miles off. Maybe around Caesar's Palace or something, just based off these kind of fake pillars. I'm probably going to be completely wrong here, but Caesar's Palace is along here, I believe. Where is it? Let's make it big. There's Caesar's Palace. I don't know. It's such a huge place. I don't know. So they do have some greenery around, but not a huge amount. I don't know. Maybe up here. This looks like a separate resort. I think I'm wrong here. I really don't know. I just can't think where it could possibly be. Could be somewhere like California. But it definitely looks American, that's for sure. We have an NFL jersey here, I think. We'll go with it. I don't really know, though. I think I'm going to be wrong. Yes, I was wrong. It was in Texas. Texas State Fair. So I said it could be some kind of fair. So we lost a lot of points on location there. I don't know if the cowboy maybe gave it away as Texas. That's probably the only thing that could probably give it away. And it's in Dallas, is it? Is this Dallas? I think it is Dallas. Yeah, I never would have found this. That's a shame. We lost a few points on the last round there after a good game overall. Let's see our final score. Still pretty good, 44,000. We'll add that in for our average. It should be... yeah, didn't really affect the average too much as it was pretty close to what we were already scoring. Let's just check the breakdown. Yeah, everywhere else was pretty good. That Israel location was well worked out. It took a while, but I got there in the end. Finland was good. I've usually struggled to identify Finland. Obviously, we were a bit off on the Nürburgring. And then that one was good. Well done there. And then that Texas one. I don't know how I would have got that other than the cowboy. But I've seen cowboys in Vegas, so it doesn't really help me. But not a bad score. Let's see if we can beat it tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye.